So a lot of people have been saying that time is speeding up. Well, people online have been saying this at least. Of course, people in my real life, long story short, they haven't noticed. It's the usual Truman show kind of troll fest. But the most comical indication, I suppose, of time speeding up is the traffic lights. It's really quite funny, actually. I think it's going to start to cause a lot of accidents. That's not the funny part. The funny part is that you can barely get through the yellow light or orange light, whatever it is, before it changes. So it'll go from green and then it's like yellow red, and you've got to like floor it. You got to put the pedal to the metal to like try to get through. So you're using more gas, and then Matrix is probably gonna start finding you. Finding you as soon as you like go through the intersection, just as it turns orange. Boom, they got you because it's orange red. And yeah, it was crazy. Just before, this car had to speed through to get through. It was like orange, and then I'm waiting to turn. I have to wait for them to go through the intersection, and it was like orange, and then I'm fucking having to go through and it's red, and the other light for the other way has already gone green. So I hope I'm not going to get a red light running ticket, but it wouldn't surprise me. And you get some like psychopath like that rep, like mall grand wizard guy that confronted me about filming in the mall. He would be like the bureaucrat that you have to deal with a red light ticket, and it like would be does not compute, and then like it's just a waste of loosh, and you just end up shutting up and paying, and hopefully you have the money to pay. And then like New Age, if it does happen, New Age is going to be like, you manifested it with your bad energy, man. And then I'll get triggered by that as well, and I'll just and then I'll just fall into my depression. Oh, just laughing, I just laugh or cry, really. And I'll be called like a victim narcissist. I don't know what the deal is with the time thing though. Is it that like a few of us, or maybe I'm the only one in this like simulation, and all the real people are in their own separate simulation somehow, and we get to like talk online, from our Matrix pods or whatever it is, or are people really that oblivious, the real people? I don't know how that audio turned out, and whether you can hear me. I don't want to scream at the camera. The audio looks quite low, actually. It's really, really hard to get it right, because it's an external mic. But yeah, the things people tell me about time, they're like, I know this meditation guy, and he's like, time is how we perceive it. And I've heard all this stuff, and then the old time is an illusion kind of thing. Well, I mean, whatever it is. Oh, and then there's the old like, time is perceived to get faster as you get older. But of course my NPC parents haven't noticed, and they're like twice as old as me. And yeah, if time is an illusion, like we still have days, and they're a pretty damn good illusion. We have like, it gets black for quite a long time, and then it gets light for a long time, and it's been doing this my whole life. So I mean, if it's an illusion, well, it's got me good, and I've never managed to break out of that illusion. So the black period and then the light period that seem to happen one after the other, that are about as long as each other, like they're getting shorter, and it really does seem like that to me. Like Unless I've just magically somehow become like a sloth, and it takes me like twice as long to make my porridge, and then to, sorry to be graphic, but to have a dump, and then to get down to feed the ducks, and then to get back and have a dinner, and go on the internet for a little bit, and then get to bed, and then wake up feeling exhausted to do it all again. And I don't know how other people like who have actual goals to achieve, like if you're, for instance, my friend's a builder, like I don't know, I said to him, I don't know how you build a house. Is it taking you like more days to get it done? And he just kind of looks at me like he doesn't know what I'm talking about. So I'm glad, because it would be hard, you know, it would be hell stressful if you're experiencing this time speeding up and you still had to get a certain goal done, you know, in your work. It will be very stressful. If you're working retail or something, it wouldn't matter, I guess, because you don't have any mission to complete or anything. Um, but yeah, it's just another one of these Truman Show things. Like, it could start like literally raining cats and dogs, and I probably would ask people what they thought of it, but I should know better. I should just be like, what's the damn point? Like, you know, sorry, Rover, Splat. Oh, sorry, like, whatever the cliche cat name is. Sorry, kitty. You know, I'm just going to ignore it because no one else is seeing this. Yeah. It just doesn't seem to matter how absurd it gets. No one in my version of daily reality, face to face daily world, notices anything. I mean, if it is a torture simulation, if it is a simulation at least, it's a brilliant form of torture. There was like this YouTube video I watched yesterday. It was, what was it called? Javier, like with a J, I think it was. You know, the Spanish name Javier, if I'm saying that right. 2027, I think it was. And this guy, they reckon it was an elaborate hoax done during the lock-up, or lockdown as the normies call it, um, in Spain, in Valencia. And he had gone around making videos of empty streets, and he was like, I'm a time traveler from 2027, everyone's gone, ooh, you know, freaking out. And people were somehow able to communicate with him and telling him to like go and do various things. And anyways, one of the comments was, I think it was the guy in the video, was saying like, oh, how terrifying it would be to be all alone. And it's like, well, fuck, we already are, you know, pretty much, many of us. So we see the people around us, but we can't relate to them or even bother talking to them about anything. We already are alone. So in a world with absolutely no people, yeah, it will be quite eerie. Even more so than this, I suppose. But at least there'll be no one to like gang stalk, troll, gaslight, lock us away in a psych ward, or what else? You know, do the noise campaigns, poison us or whatever. We could cut down like the cell towers if we wanted. Um, you know, you could do whatever you want. It would actually have a lot of perks. We could afford to have like, um, we could live in a house. You know, you could actually afford to be in a house by yourself, and you could have a nice warm bath. You know, use a lot of power because the power was still running in this time traveler world. You could do all the like usual things that probably not many of you still want to do, like go and drive a nice car, things like that. But yeah, it'd be pretty nice just to enjoy silence. Just to have things like actually you know, the way you like, without all these like people, especially when you've been through the noise campaigns, you'll know what I mean. Like, you wouldn't have anyone just walking around you blasting music and things like that, and it would actually be pretty good. But yeah, if you actually do have like family and loved ones and stuff that you're regularly around, um, being in that scenario where you're the only person, that would be a real horror. Yeah. I don't know if this was audible. I've got the microphone on the dashboard, so I don't know. I'm a bit wary of kind of like yelling at the camera, trying to soften it down a little bit. Anyways, just a thought about, an observation rather, about time speeding up and the usual like, relax, Truman. Oh, I haven't noticed. And all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's actually probably quite exciting for those of you who just want to get the hell out of here or this to be over with, because the way it's speeding up, at least in my perception, it really could be over like really soon. Anyway, that's all. I won't ramble on anymore.